fun movie in spite of all that sort of stuff. It was cool to be in Australia. I don't know how much time I have. Okay, man, we have a lot of time. All right, yes. You guys want to hear a story? Yeah. Tell you a story. Okay. So you guys already heard the quarter story yesterday, right? Okay, who did not hear the quarter story? Oh, that's you. All right, so who did hear the quarter story? All right, do you guys mind if I tell these guys?
Go ahead.
It's the same story, sorry, just bear with me. I'll try to add something cool to it. All right, so I'll tell you this story, and then I'll do a couple questions, and I have other stories I could tell you. All right, I can even tell you a story of Joseph Frank and I during college. But anyways, okay, so here's the story about the quarters. All right, so I take the freeway to get to work, I take the freeway to get home, I exit the off-ramp, and there's a stoplight there, and there's always some homeless dude there, and I ignore him, and I turn left to go under the overpass. And the only reason I ignore him is because it just feels weird to give money in my car. I don't know, maybe they're going to jack me for something, I don't know, it just feels awkward. And so I never really gave any homeless dude on the corner driving my car any money, right? So this one day I exit the off-ramp, and the light is red. And there's like 4 or 5 cars in front of me, so it's a pretty good distance, you know, like from there to the end of that wall. And so I stop, and I have these carrots in a Ziploc bag that I'm eating, you know, and this monster truck pulls up behind me, and it's just towering over my car. All I see is really tires, and kind of can see like the windshield, but it's tinted, and I can feel the vibration, like just the rumbling, you know, and I tell this, I say this all the time, but it felt like in my head I hear Monster Madness, you know, and I just picture it running over us when that thing turns green. And so I'm like kind of panicking, I'm scarfing these down really fast, and I just know as soon as that does turn green, I better start going. He's going to run us over. Oh no, you're not supposed to see that. Did you see that? No. Okay. It's about a show that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. Alright, so I get no reception anywhere else but right here. So bizarre. You guys having trouble with the reception here?
Yeah.
It's not just me. Alright, so anyway, so I'm there, right? And it's a red light, 4 or 5 cars in front of me. I'm scarfing down these carrots, and I just know when it turns green, I better go because this monster truck's going to run me over, right? And so I look over expecting to see some homeless guy there that I'm going to ignore. I see a homeless woman. And my heart goes out to her, and I feel bad. I feel like, man, that could be my mom, you know? And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take these quarters. And they're not couple. We're going to put them in this empty Ziploc bag, right? And so, if you've been to LA, you got to pay for parking everywhere. So I just have quarters, like a ton of them. So I scoop them all up. I fit them in the Ziploc bag, and I'm like, dude, this is like 2 or 3 pounds of quarters. This is awesome. She's going to change her life. I just saved her. So I rolled down the window. And I've never done this before, you know, and I assume I'll do this. And she's going to come, and I hold my hand out like that, and she sees me. And she sees me, and she's like, she takes her sign, and she puts it down, and goes like this. And like I said, I'm like, from here to there, I'm like, what? Throw that far? Especially left-handed. So I just don't know what's going on, you know? And as I'm thinking, like, what? The light turns green. These cars in front of me, they must feel the pressure of the monster truck. They just take off, right? So I just, I better go, you know? So I start going. And I'm approaching her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait a second. And I look down, I'm like going 20 or 30 miles an hour now. I'm like, I'm really approaching her fast, and I gotta think, because I don't know what to do. I've never done this before. She's not like, I can't just like, boom, throw it in her gut. She's got it. Good. You know, if she grabs onto it, hangs on too long, I'm gonna drag her under my car and kill her. She's gonna drag me out of the car, I'll get run over by the monster truck. I think I'm starting to freak out. And I get this moment of panic. It's a kiss. I think, Johnny, you're a martial artist. Just focus. All you have to do with this 2-pound bag of quarters at 20 miles an hour is just go, she gracefully landed into her hand. So there I am going 20, 30 miles an hour with a 2-pound bag of quarters. I'm like, okay, Johnny. And now, I release. If you've ever been in an accident, time slows down. I said this yesterday, I think God is up there and he's like, whoa! Puts it on slow-mo, calls Jesus and Moses a little bit, makes some popcorn, it's going to be good. Sit down and we watch. So there I am, I release, and as I release, everything goes in slow-mo. And everything becomes clear. And I watch. 2-pound bag of quarters. Eats my hand. 20 miles an hour. 2 pounds at 20 miles an hour. Runs through the air. Slowly. And smacks her in the face. The bag rips open. The quarters fall, glistening in the sunlight. I'm driving past her, and the only thing I can do is react. And I say, no! And I'm doing a drive-by quarter and shouting, no, homeless people die! I'm going so fast, I end up screeching around the corner. There's no way for me to turn back to see if she's alive. And I saw it all. I see her, she's like happy one minute, and she's like, oh no, I'm doing my hair. She goes down, quarters everywhere. So the monster truck guy's like, dude, you're supposed to get out of here. So, anyways, true story, that happened. And so, before that time, there's always been a homeless person standing on the corner. There's a homeless dude standing on it. After that day, I swear, I'm telling the truth. Never again. I drive past there every single day, and I've never seen them. And the only thing I could think, and I said this yesterday, the only thing I could think is, in my mind, I think that the homeless people come meet somewhere on the bridge, you know, Bob and Eddie are gathering around this little barrel fire, and like, where's Sarah at? You know? Killed her with quarters. So yeah, that's a true story. Money while driving your car. Alright, so I've got a bit more time.
Oh my god.
That's yours. I'll put it down there. Question? Yes, you have a question.
This is an unrelated question, but going back to Adachi, I noticed that when you voiced Hajime Hinata in Gakumanba 2, you sounded kind of like Adachi. Was that intentional, or?
It was. To add a hint of Adachi in there. I don't know why, but it was intentional. Yeah. I'm surprised you caught up on that. That's good, yeah. You guys want to hear another story? You guys want to hear the Jason Frank story?
Yeah!
You guys know who Jason Frank is?
No!
Okay, if you don't know who he is, he's the White Ranger.
Oh.
He's our fearless leader, Tommy.
Number one.
He's a good friend of mine. But he tells the story differently. Okay? And I remember it well. I was there too. Alright, so we're in Australia, we're shooting a movie, they're setting up lights, it takes forever on a film to get all that stuff set up. And we're in our cities, our civilian clothes wardrobe, right? We're bored, so we just head out over to this little area, it's like a small park and has a palm tree, and we're just doing flips off of a tree, right? And so I would spot him, he'd spot me, and his technique is he would run, he would take 3 steps and backflip, and I would just be there, just in case he gave a little nudge, right? And so when I would run, and I would jump and bounce off the tree like a frog. See that? Yeah, good. All right. So anyway, so we're doing that. He spotted me, spot him, right? He goes 3 steps, gotcha. And I go, bounce, he's got me, okay? So this one time he comes running. And I'm used to it. We've been doing this for a while now. He's running. He's like, I'm just going to keep going. And I was like, what? I don't know what that means, but okay. And so he comes, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. And now he's coming down towards me, head first. I see Tommy, the White Ranger, head first, like, and I did what anyone else would do. Right? Pops up. Woo! You know, and he's got this big gash right here. And I was like, oh, you better go. And so we get cussed out. So goof it off! This is a movie! And we get in trouble for playing around. But anyways, he says it's my fault. Alright, like I didn't catch him. He's a grown man. You can't catch a grown man? Are you kidding me? Only in the movies, man. So anyways, he blames me for that. But there's no way. Nobody would have been able to catch it. Yeah, I could have tried, but then it would have been me on the ground, and I would have came up with like a broken leg or something. Sticking a head, so it's not my fault. All right, so anyways, you want to hear how they got me back?
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to questions. Okay, so we're driving the set across this desert, and we're in this white van, and this lady's driving. Jason's in the middle seat, and I'm next to him, whatever, and then the girls are back there, and the window's open, and it's easy or whatever. I don't know. I was 18. I don't know why I thought this, but I thought this was kind of cool to do. You guys don't do this. It's dumb. And so I thought out loud, and I said, it'd be kind of cool if I climbed out this window while it's moving and climbed up onto the roof. And on the other side. And he was like, you won't do it. Totally do it. He's like, nah, you won't do it. I was like, dude, I'll do it. Nah, you're chicken. What? I'm not chicken. Scared you ain't gonna do it. It's like, fine, I'm gonna do it. And so I climbed out the window. This lady's driving 50 miles an hour. I climb out the window, and then I get up onto the roof, and I'm there. And 50 miles an hour inside the car, it's whatever. You put your hand out and you can grab the wind. On top, it's like, the face is being pulled back, and he's like, I can't see anything. And so it's not as cool as I thought in my mind. And so I think, I better finish this up and get in on the other side. But then suddenly, the van starts swerving, and my legs are like, back and forth. I'm like, what's she doing? She's going to kill me. So I pull over to yell at her through the windshield, and I see her freaked out as Jason Frank has reached past her and is pulling at her. So I'm going to scooch over and try to get back in that middle window that I said I was going to do, and I see Jason Frank rolling it up. And then she starts reaching back, finally hitting him, rolls down, and I climb in to safety. She kept going 50 miles an hour the entire time. She didn't slow down once. But anyways, kids, that's how it got me back. Don't do that, because it is very dumb. And I'm surprised I'm here.
Oh, no.
Yes. But, possibly do that. Yes, back to the back.
What anime voice roles are you looking forward to later in 2015?
Sorry, what was that?
What anime voice roles are you looking forward to later in 2015?
Later?
Yeah,
in
later.
2015?
Later in the year. The
Later in
current
the year? What roles?
Yes, that's...
What roles that I've done? That I can talk about?
Yes, that's currently announced.
That's already announced?
Yeah.
Free. What else is there? I think, Knights of Sidonia, the second season. It's a Netflix original anime. It's the first Netflix original anime. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's pretty cool. And so they've got a second season of that. Doraemon, the second season's happening soon. Second season, I think is going to happen.
You see Doraemon?
I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm witnessing the show. The rest is Sword Art Online.
Serious? Yeah, I can't watch it.
Become a creepy dude. And I think that's all I can talk about at the moment. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Looks like we got 5 minutes left. Now we get a microphone? All right. Yeah, okay, we got time. Yes, question. Anime character what? Would I connect with the most? Would I? Like if I met them? Or do I connect with the most? Most relate to? Okay, so Ichigo, definitely, I felt like whenever I walked in, I'm like, yeah, I get to go be me, kind of, a little bit. You're kind of douchier sometimes. I mean, I've got to find a little bit of myself, but Ichigo, I think Nero from Devil May Cry 4. And I would say maybe more so Nero from Devil May Cry 4 because with, for example, an anime like Bleach, it's already animated. And so they've already animated him screaming, crying, whatever. And so I've got to match that emotion somehow, right? With Devil May Cry, it was a script, so I got to create those choices and make those things up. So that was kind of more, I guess, of me. Yes? Favorite character? It's tough. I don't know. They're my children. Favorite child. I had a lot of fun with Nero. That one was cool. Lelouch was fun. Vash was awesome. Vash was awesome because it was like one of the first ones I did, and it was just a lot of fun. Like, I had no idea, what I was getting into with Vash. Kiva and Wolfsrain. Not a lot of people know that one, but that show is really cool.
So good.
Yes, Doraemon show. How was it coming up with Nobi's voice in Doraemon? Well, it was, it was a young kid,
I had to find a voice like this somewhere.
And then it was just a matter of like, what's going on in the scene, and then I was kind of like, cut him out to fit that, And if I needed to make him, I didn't know if he was going to be raspy or not, but it was a bit more, he's cleaner, so there's not any rasp in his voice or anything. And it is a kid's show, but I still rarely ever go too cartoony with it. I still like to try to be real as I can, even with a voice like that. Yeah. All right, so I have a daughter. She's 4 years old, and I took her into. There's one time I didn't have a babysitter, so she had to sit in with me while I was doing voiceover. I was like, okay, you have to be really quiet, okay? And so there's like a table in there, so she hid under the table, and I'm starting to work, and then she's like, as the beeps go on, and I start talking, she's like, Daddy. And I was like, yeah, no, She's like, I'm being real quiet. Yes, you are, but you can't talk either. It's a whisper. She's like, okay. So anyways, after that day, after she saw me, and I stand there, right, and there's a TV, and I talk to it. So when people, she tells people I talk to the TV for work. What does your daddy do for work? He talks to the TV. No, I don't just talk to the TV. Yes, I do, kind of, but no. Not like sitting at home. Then people are going to think I'm crazy now. Take you away from me. You can't say that. So I had a teacher. It's called voice acting. So kind of, whatever. She'll say both of them. But anyway, she thinks she's a voice actor too. And she does the voice for her Teddy. But he doesn't really talk. He just goes. And just does that. Whine! Stop whining, Teddy. Anyways, I got a Teddy from Build-A-Bear, and I can't replace him. I only got one. He's falling apart. There's not another one at any Build-A-Bear the same, at least, as that one that was made. It's probably discontinued. You can't find it. His eyes are all cracked. He's got stuff falling out of him. But he loves that thing, man. Yes. How would I want the Bleach manga to end? I want Ichigo to win. Pick a girl. And then everything seems fine and dandy and happy. And then Kenpachi figures out how to use his sword properly. And then does, and then the whole universe blacks out. Yes. Advice for actors wanting to break into voice acting? I can give you some advice. You got to be able to act. I guess taking an acting class or being a part of some kind of acting, or just acting and just like grabbing things and just trying to act or whatever. It's obviously important. You get in front of directors all the time, and there's a lot of just kind of like you start acting and then they change totally what you want to do. So you have to come up with something completely different. A lot of times. And I would also think cold reading is super important because a lot of times you don't get the script ahead of time. And in many auditions you don't get the script ahead of time. And so really it's a cold read. You just go in, they just want to see what you can do on the spot. Because sometimes things change on the spot, and if you can roll with it pretty well, then you'll be okay. So you got to be flexible, be able to take direction, you got to have a pretty clear speaking. You can't have any kind of list or anything. If you do, you got to work on getting that out. Working over it. And then I would say put together some kind of demo, a reel, maybe 45 seconds, not super long, of original characters, and maybe your voice range, and maybe some emotion, and then start submitting that to. You need to live where the work is as well, and just submit that to studios, and go from there. Some of the studios are pretty good. Like I know Funimation has been pretty good with listening to stuff occasionally. But yeah, it's not easy. It's a small niche or whatever, but it's a lot of fun. How many of you guys want to be voice actors? It's a couple of you. Okay. Have something else as well. Don't just be tunnel visioned into I just want to be a voice actor, because something else can open up. For me, it's like I just wanted to be an action star, and I was on Power Rangers, and then they fired me, and then in mid-season, and then it was like I need to figure out what I can do. Nobody wanted to have Asian. I stumbled into. I'll tell you how I got into it. So I knew some guys from college. They were shooting this action film, and the camera was Japanese. They're Japanese. The sound guys were not Japanese. So when the sound guys are trying to get the sound out of the Japanese camera, something got screwed up, right? And so it was just static. So I had to go in and dub myself. As I was dubbing myself in this booth, the producer walked in and heard me. He was like, "You got a good hero voice." And I was like, "Cool." Cool. Okay. And I was like, I actually think, you got a pretty decent hero voice. Why don't you come audition? I got some animation stuff I'm doing. And I was like, sweet, I can't get the job. I'll take anything right now. I'll mow your lawn. And so anyway, so I go into this audition, and they play me in English version, and they played in Japanese. And then Japanese was totally different. And then he said, can you do something like the Japanese? I was like, I can give it a shot. And so I auditioned, and 2 weeks later, they said, you will be voicing Bosch. You try it. And so I was like, oh, sweet. So that was my first start. So it's kind of cool. So I mean, I do have some ideas for advice, but it's kind of hard for me to do exactly what I did, and go do a film, make sure the Japanese guys, some guys that can't get the audio out, make sure you're dubbing. Oh, and by the way, that producer needs to be doing anime. Walk in at that moment. So it's really just the right place at the right time, total fluke chance, really, which is crazy to think that that's how I got into it. But anyways, there's an English voice that they played for me. I think it might have been a reference. I don't think I recast someone. Question or story? Question. Yes. I would take the Gios maybe. Oh, which one would I not want? Probably I would take Gios just because it seems cool to be able to say something that make people do things. I know I probably would totally lose it. But then later on, like midway, I would think, oh, this is really wrong, and then try to do the right thing. And it would be very sad. Be like, which one would I not want? Tough one. Well, not all of my characters have powers now. I think maybe a characteristic. Like Nobi. He is so lazy. If you don't know Doraemon, Nobi is so lazy. And here's the story, okay? So basically his family in the future, they are like, our life stinks because our great-grandfather or whatever was an idiot and failed at life, and now we have a miserable life, and so they send this cat, robot cat from the future, back in time to help him succeed in life and to study and do good and all that, and make the right choices, because he's kind of an idiot and super lazy. But that's what makes the show funny. So anyways, that's the storyline, and it's pretty funny, but because he's so lazy, I would not want to be, I just don't want to be that way. But that's what it does make it funny. Any questions back here? Yeah.
I have a thing about the border story. So what if the homeless people just know when you come around the corner?
They just know this is the time when he comes home, everybody run. Maybe you might be right. You know? I was saying this yesterday that maybe I should run for office and carry a bag of quarters. I'm cleaning up this city. Just walk around. And on a flag, I would have that, you know, when you put that into your yard, it's got like quarters. Oh, gosh. Yes. Occasionally I get recognized, yeah. When I was on Power Rangers, like within, you know, whatever, 5 years span of that, all the time. But now it's like, I still do get recognized. The only time I was ever recognized by my voice, which really surprised me, was, you guys remember Blockbuster? Yeah. The place where you had to go to get movies. They had like a store. And so I remember I'd gone into this Blockbuster and I grabbed some movies or whatever. I was like, yeah, I want to take these or whatever. And she was like, are you Fashion Trigun? I was like, you got that from what I just said? And so she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, okay, that's crazy. And so that was the only time that I was like, wow, that's nuts. I got a couple minutes. We do a really quick question. Yes? Between Lelouch and Isaiah? I would maybe lean towards maybe Lelouch. I think, you know, because even though Isaiah, well, I don't know. That's tough. I don't know, that is tough. It's pretty close. I don't know. They're very similar. Yes? So in watching or working on some anime, did I ever want to do what that person did? Like step on somebody's cell phone? After watching that, I was like, well, you know what, if I saw some girls being jerks, maybe I would do that if I had a mask and a getaway car. And I was just going to Thank you guys so much. I got autographs right now. I love you so much. I appreciate you guys. Squeeze in. I'm going to take a selfie and I'm going to post it on my Instagram and Facebook. Yeah! I don't know, just squeeze in somehow, middle-ish. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
That's bright.
And then make sure you look like you're having fun. Throw your hands in the air! Are you sure? Alright, well, I'm living in the past, alright, guys. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3! Okay, alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3! Alright, whatever, I'll just subtitle it. Thank you, guys! Alright, I'll post that online. Thank you. You can find me at Johnny M. Bosch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
I like this guy a lot.
What year is it?